Hi there, and welcome to Ivan's Daily Photo. Today we're going up in smoke. We are actually going to be photographing smoke, and I have seen a couple of different options of doing this. And the one that I want to follow is basically we're going to find something that creates a smoke, perhaps a piece of wood that you have. In my case, I'm using Palo Santo, which is an incense kind of wood that creates a very nice smoke, but it also is nice and fragrant. And I found this on a trip that I did to Ecuador a few years ago, and we use it at home to keep the mosquitoes away and also to kind of create a nice odor around the backyard and on the patio area. So I thought, okay, let's play with this and create some kind of photos. The interesting thing about photographing smoke is that it is challenging in a way because you can have a lot of wind coming in, and just a little bit of breeze will not allow the smoke column to form. So you end up fighting and waiting for, just seeing things that really don't work out that well. So then you want to set up your light and eventually use flash to allow you to just kind of highlight the smoke. And obviously, if you want the background to be as dark as possible, you want to use a black piece of cloth so that the smoke can really jump. In some of these, on some of these photos, I put a gel on the flash to kind of give me a little bit more color. But for the most part, if you have just a portable flash that you can trigger off the camera, it will be perfect. And you got to be very patient, because if you're doing this outdoors, which is most likely what will happen, you have to wait for the wind to kind of die down for a little bit. You can do it indoors, but then you're gonna have a lot of smoke in the house. I didn't want to do it at the studio. I have sprinklers, and the last thing I want is the sprinkler system to going off and getting all my equipment wet. So if you're able to do it indoors and you have a lot of windows that allow the smoke to kind of go out, and find an area where there is not that much wind, that will be perfect. So let's take a look, and I'll share with you what I picked for my photo of the day. So I started with just trying to battle the wind, and obviously finally got my light to work. My background is black, but as you can see, I'm getting a lot of wind on my form. So this is how we got started. The cool thing about working with this is that you can change the temperature of the light in post, and so make them cooler, so you can give it blue tones, or you can turn them into more warm, and then you create this kind of yellow magenta look. But it's something that you can do in post fairly easy. So going back to where I'm looking for some kind of composition, some kind of lines, and obviously every single photograph is going to be unique and different, and there's no way that you can replicate the same form, because it's just how things work. So I'm looking for lines. I'm looking for something that tells kind of like a story. And the flash does two things. It highlights the smoke, but it also freezes any movement, so you create this kind of very funky looking photograph. And it's a very abstract way of creating an image that I think is kind of cool. One thing that I did halfway through the process is I put a gel on the flash, and it's kind of creating this this pink colors, because that's kind of the gel that I put on. So it kind of makes it fascinating and interesting. So one flash is normal, the other one has a gel, and that's kind of how this is working. And so as you can see, every photograph is unique and kind of different. And so this is like a dancing lady kind of thing. It's very interesting. And this is the one that I picked for my photo today. It's kind of an interesting form. You got beautiful curves, and the light is working out very well. The contrast between the black and the clean smoke makes it very fascinating, abstract, and something that you can look for hours and make whatever you want to think of as to what it looks like. So there you have it, my photo for today, day 46. Hope you like it.